morning, Rabbi Sai. Wow, that's a serious that's what I'm talking about, all the way from Australia. Who are you? So good to see you. Amazing. I just want to say, first of all, happy birthday to Elvis. I swear he's in the house. Slept on a couch last night, locked out of his house, just to be here this morning. But it's tzaddik. For some reason, it feels like it's been a while since I've sat in this seat. It must be all the ski trips. Not a lot of times or emails today, but I want to talk about a couple important things. I asked the Shaila in the Hebrew Shir last night and realized that not everyone is holding cup. For 8,000 points, does anyone here know what the most important pasuk in the Torah is? No one holds. Really? How many times have I said this? Thank you. The Korban Tamid. To quote Rav Shimon ben Pazi, who was actually quoting me, it's all about the Yomi. Rabbi Sai, in just 2 short days, we're going to be finishing the 8th parak of Sanhedrin. 75 blot into Sanhedrin, which is, according to my Panovich math, plus 2, take away the 3. 74 straight days that we've been doing this. This has been such a geschmack mesechta, a lot of gadata, a lot of lomdish sugyas, and of course a ton, and I mean a ton of incredible mises that were, a couple of which were actually true. And also today, it's mamish like Yetzias Mitzrayim. We're 40 days away from finishing Sanhedrin. People love the recap of Bava Basra. 175 blot in 175 seconds, but I think we could do better. So we're going to look 4 years of Rosh Chodesh Adar in 30 seconds. Oh, you're killing me, Avrami. Yeah, it's okay. It's supposed to work. There you go. What we're going to do today, every so often. Stop. They're amazing. Those things the conditioners are. Thing out, a list. No jokes about my bobblehead dog. He is the video dog. Oh. Okay. Avi, get over here. Ellie, back up. I got to draw line the cow plans. Look at this picture on the plane. Do you want some candy? And to answer questions, it's going to... Wow, there we go. 30 seconds, 4 years. Back to finishing the parak. The Olam has really stepped up with some incredible donations. And I want to click on some of the upcoming QR codes to give you guys a scope of what's coming in the next few parakim. These are, I think, the best giveaways that we've had so far. So first of all, the upcoming parak, we have, very slowly, a full set of your own official MDY Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head dolls. The complete set. Second, the next parak we finish, we have really a very special gift. A 30-second call with Ashi. Guaranteed to make you laugh and enjoy. You can't be depressed after that call. But I think there's been a big bikush for this next item. And it's not just a single item, but it's actually a set. So the next parak is, yes, that's right, your own MDY desk calendar that we've been waiting for since 1983. But it wouldn't be complete without, yes, an MDY fax machine. This last item is the trio of the set. And, Baruch Hashem, MDY is everywhere. Torah Anytime, YouTube, and so many other platforms, all Daf. But let's not forget about the old school people who are still listening to MDY on cassette tapes. These are the guys in Borough Park. And we have a whole Merkaz Daf Yomi Walkman to complete your set. And finally, the last 2 gifts. This is a very special one. This is going to change people's lives. A free 1-hour marital and counseling session with Eli. Guaranteed to change. Okay.
You guys are gonna have a heart attack. Hold on.
Okay there. Nachman, you okay? Guaranteed to change your marriage. I don't know for the better or for the worse, but definitely. And lastly, I think this is the most valuable piece of art that anyone can have in their house. And I think we're going to finish the most parex with this upcoming gift. That's right, an 8x10 signed picture of the Rebbe himself. Keeps mice away out of the house, and this is it. It's not funny. It's a very serious thing. All right, this is going on a lot longer than I thought, so we got to get moving. Today's daf actually talks a lot about killing, which could possibly lead to a case of Yevoma. For those people who have seen this chart, I don't know if you've seen this chart yet or not, but it's kedai to do a chazara. But before we introduce this chart, I want to introduce a new person into the MDY family. So here he is.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai.
Yes, the Reb Eli, Mr. Potato Head himself. And this chart, as you've seen, I don't know if you guys have seen this chart, and it's very hard. This is a very complicated case where two brothers are married, and one goes fife, okay, or bye-bye. And then what happens? Guess what? Yes, the other brother marries the sister, and they have a kid. That is the very complicated sugya of Yevamos. And Baruch Hashem, with this chart, we all understand it. And so I think it's really going to help people's lives. What? Of Rami? Oh, wow. Really? Breaking news? Wow. This is it. This is the single most important change in the history of MDY. Rabbi Isai and Chevra, I want to introduce you to, that's right, the part-top organization of Gemara efficiency. Wait, we'll do it again.
Rabbi Isai,
Weiter. And who better to lead this incredible and amazing and wonderful organization than my great friend, a real genius, a man who knows how to move things forward. Yes, I'm talking about none other than Elon Mendy Orbach. Mendy, tell us a little bit about Doge and what's coming up.
Hey, the last few years have been a real disaster thing. The real disaster things are spiraling out of control. It's time for Mga.
What?
Let's make MDY great again.
Okay.
The first major issue we are going to tackle is something that has really affected everyone, and I'm talking about inflation.
Inflation. It's a real big issue. So I actually have a series of executive orders here. I call them Rev Eli's executive orders. And let me tell you, way back when, before the last few years that have been mamish a disaster, we used to start the shiur at 7:15 and 8 o'clock prompt with a 10-minute warning. And then we went to 8:05 and 8:10. Inflation, it's out of control. And then we're like, well, let's fix inflation. We'll start 5 minutes earlier to go 10 minutes later. Those days are over. I'm signing with the Stefansky pen. That's right. Very nice. Actually, great pens. The effective as a Rosh Chodesh Adar 5785, a strict 45 limit to shiur, including all jokes. That's right. I know this is why everyone voted for me. They know. I know what the world wants. I know what the people want.
Simcha, look at this. Mendy.
This is for you, Eli.
My friend Elon Mendy, tell me what else we got to fix.
The other major issue is a massive deficit. MDY is trillions of dollars in debt, and servicing that debt alone is killing us.
You know what?
We need to make some deep cuts.
All right. Well, first of all, let's start a little bit easy. Let's forget these fancy coffee machines, the bean cost, the Nespresso pods, the milk, Hakol Hevel. We are gonna move things back, and my second executive order is, yes, fife to the coffee machines and back to Folgers. We're keeping it simple, Chevra. It's gonna save us millions of dollars just on the coffee. You know what milk costs these days? Forget about it. Elon.
We have to do
What else?
more. Weiter.
Fight there. All right, you're right. That's just the start. I think we can cut deeper. Let me tell you, these Shabbatones are killing us. Okay? We lose $9,000 a person just on the catering costs. We got to get rid of it. We're going back, and that's it. I'm telling you right now, to a simpler time. Executive order number 3. No more fancy Shabbatones or Siyams. we will only do a siyum in Beis Tefillah or outside Avi Factor's house. This alone, savings of $380 trillion. But also, I want to talk about, before the last 4 years, things have gotten so out of control. And I want to go back to a simpler time. People loved MDY. And then we bring in these Goyisha 3D video guys who don't even know what a Gemara is. And then this Yoshi guy, forget about it, with the animations and the fancy graphics. I don't even want to tell you how much this guy costs a year. But let me tell you, we have a Daf. What else do we need? So from today on, executive order number 4, enough with the Mishigas. We're going back to the basics. Paper charts and props. I'm talking about lions, bicycle wheels, paper cups. This is what the people want, and I've heard them, and this will save us a tremendous amount. They're firing the entire art department. Savings, $6.8 billion per year. Anything else you got there, Elon
Finally,
Mendy?
we need to put a stop not only to illegal immigration, but illegal behavior as well.
I want to share a little secret with you guys. As all of you who may know me, I'm probably the most laid-back person. Nothing really bothers me. And this is no gay to everyone, so pay attention. Number 1, the first executive order, coming late and sitting up front will result in immediate deportation. The next item, if you do, will immediately deport you. Every single one of these things will face immediate deportation. Any unusual Oz, and I'm looking at Dr. Factor, who's not here, of course. Walking behind me ever, even on the street. Opening windows. That's a warning. That's a last warning before you get deported. Being on your phone means you're not paying attention to me. A daf. Leaving a piece of paper. I just want to say, 2 weeks ago, I saw a Torah tidbits here on a Friday. Doc, there better not be a single piece of paper on this. Another item which really bothers me, and this is like deportation to Guatemala. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, Guantanamo also. Is overeating. And look, there's not a single piece of food left for the kolo. This food is not for you guys. Guys, stuffing your faces 7 o'clock in the morning this morning with sushi and sandwiches. This is for the kolo. Stop eating more than one rugalach. Bunch of chazarim. And finally, davar acher maybe. And finally, my biggest pet peeve, and I'll personally deport you for this. If you whisper during davening next to me, forget about it. And I want to tell you, the reason that Avi is not here is because he actually did get deported. So, my 5th executive order, anyone violating any of these behavior policies will henceforth be deported effectively immediately. All right, we're so late, really late. We have 45 minutes, as I mentioned. At the end of the day, right, we have meat. Do we really need anything else, right? But this is not the NFL, the no fun league. Even with all these takanas, we could still have a little bit of fun, okay? And thanks to a very generous donation by Ari Rosenfeld and incredible work by Citron Films, I'm very excited to reintroduce the official MDY video. And this MGA will make MDY great again. Forget Nachman Seltzer, forget Nissim Black. I give you the one and only, the great, Eitan G.
God is here to stay. Cutting costs is the only way. We gotta move forward, don't wanna go back. Gotta make MDY great again. Stop the graphic cartoons. Pretty please thank who's a Torah learn cheer. Not the Disney Channel, get rid of Betty Coffee. The best part of MDY is coaches in your cup. Make your shorter, max 45. Keep us awake around some rhythm and rhyme. No more CEOs, so fancy shop at toes, and we're walking behind. We're opening windows, coughing CCD, things are blowing your nose. We go to the rails, and we've had enough. Send us an email, which we can fight it to done. It'll be what it'll be. Keep on doing a great show like
That was one of the most beautiful eyes ever. Yishkoyach to Jonathan Stefansky. Beautiful job, Bemis. Really, really good. He kept it clean. Very nice. Yishkoyach, thank you very much. Beautiful.
Can I put my sleeves back?
Excellent. Thanks. Now, I want to say before we don't have. Oh, Eitan G's in the house. Eitan, wow. Shkoyach. You should have done it live. Why'd you do it live?
You guys don't have any musicians here. Make it right.
Nah. I want to say tremendous Bruchim Abayim to somebody I've been dying to meet for 5 years already. Reb Dov Farkas, all the way from Australia, a great friend of MDY. Been with us since when?
Since the beginning, Brachas.
For sure, but not before that. From Brachas Beis. How do I know? You've been on like one of the original videos that we did like during Brachas time. Shabbos Brachas.
When it started.
Something about Chabad, and you married Chabad, your father-in-law, your Rosh Yeshiva.
Good memory.
Yeah. So this is the first time.
No, I've been here once.
I met you before in person?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Okay, whatever. What? First time. All right. Who else? We have it. Vandeveld, whatever. You still with the shear? Yes. Gewaldig. Awesome. I haven't seen you in a long time. We do have to do the sponsors. So let's do the sponsors real quickly. Actually, we have a new format. Let me go to the new format. The Masechta. Refuah Shelaima for Yosef Chaim Shmuel Ben Alte Nechama from his grateful family, anonymous. V'atzlacha ובגשמיות. In memory, Larry Cohn, in memory of Yechiel Moshe Ben Chaim, who started learning Daf Yomi at age 70. Anonymous for the unity of the Jewish people. Glenn Esterson with love and gratitude from Wilmington, North Carolina. Thank you for enriching my life with Torah. The monthly sponsors, Eli Stefansky, Yosef, with Hakar from Anonymous. By Shprintzy Alan Gross, I think it's the last day. The yahrzeits of our fathers. Shlomo Zalman ben Yitzchak, Isaac, Zechariah Vrachim, Yom Isaac ben Tzvi Hirsch, Hakoyin, Zechariah Vrachim, and Refuah Shelaima 2. Yonatan Eitan ben Bat Sheva Bracha. By Leah Welcher, for the speedy release from house arrest of Ari Rosenfeld, Aaron ben Hinda, Esther Gittel. Yamin Rosenfeld, Atzlacha and Parnasa, Yosef ben Chai Sarf, Atzlacha, Berukhin Subagashmius. Lilishmas, the fallen hostages, Ariel ben Shiri, Kfir ben Shiri, Shiri bat Margit. Call of the month, sponsored by HYK Ventures in honor and for the success of all our clients. Daily sponsors, Yossi Micha Rubenstein. Where's it? Reb Yossi. Reb Shmuel Arya ben Reb Yitzchak Gold, Zechariah Vracha, Lilishmas, Michal's father, whose yahrzeit is today. Dr. Mark Birkinson, in honor of my son Hillel Natan, on the occasion of his 10th birthday, Mazel Tov. Lilishmas Malka Bas Yitzchak Aleh Shalom. Listen to this, Rabbi Isai, sponsored by Daniel Scherer, Meiser from his bar mitzvah money. Mazel Tov. Should keep on, be able to steig and give, be from the givers. Meiser from his bar mitzvah money, Daniel Scherer. For a speedy recovery, that's more than all of my bar mitzvah money. The Meiser. And I got most of it from Lev Levayev. For a speedy recovery for Anat Bat Simcha and a Chodesh of Simcha for all of Klal Yisrael. Turning of the daf? Not yet. We're not by turning the daf yet. Rabbi Isai, we're holding 13 lines from the bottom of Amud Beis, and we're starting at 7:36. Shalom Aleichem to all the guys in Zoom. How many guys? 91, because it's Rosh Chodesh Adar. All the guys, what? Yeah. There's another 50 on YouTube. How many do we typically have on a regular day? Wow. The Olam Zan. Halavai, should stay on weiter. Shalom Aleichem to all the guys. What's your name, Tzaddik? With the Bieber hit all the way in the back? Schleifer? Moishi, from? Baltimore, Nerd Shalom Aleichem. And you? You've been here a few times. What's your name? Yitzhak Lumberg. Shalom Aleichem. Sorry that you have to... Galembo. The mamish no seats? What about those chairs we have on the porch? We should bring them in. I think it's sit. Okay. So... Well, the new thing? If you noticed, there's brand new furniture in the kitchen, and we're looking for sponsors for the new kitchen. The cabinets are new, and then there's going to be a giant piece of marble or whatever that goes on the wall, a nice piece of marble for the thing. So we're looking. This is food. Rabbi say, Hasidim, wake up. This is mamish of the Hasidic alley. No, to give the coffee, to be the sponsor that holds the coffee, the machzik. Reb Shaila, exactly, Reb Shaila.
More money.
Rabbi Isai, here's the question. If you see a lion dragging another yid into the desert, into the forest, into the jungle, let's say you're on a safari, and a lion takes somebody out of the jeep and drags him away. Do you have to spend gesunte money to save him? Do you have to call in a helicopter that'll cost you $5-6 grand to save this guy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Nobody asked you. I'm kidding. You have to be at least 10 years old to answer these questions. How old are you? You're 8 years old. You don't know the rule? You have to be at least 10. Okay, fine.
It's hard to keep up with all the rules.
Yeah, there's a lot of. No, I have to make up new things for next Purim. Jonathan, he's already writing down. He's already taking notes. All right, that's question number 1. Are you permitted, if you see somebody that's about to be Mechal Shabbos, about to get into a car, are you allowed to shoot him dead on the spot so you shouldn't be Mechal Shabbos? No. Don't give the Yerushalmi new ideas. It's like, okay, fine. So we'll see. You might be wrong. Omer Avuna.
Why he's getting in the car.
Omer Avuna Kotan Aroy Defnitin Latzili Ben Avshoy. Let's say a guy's about to perform Avodah Zarah. You allowed to kill him right before he does Avodah Zarah. Omer Avuna Kotan Aroy Defnitin Latzili Ben Avshoy. Let's say there's an 8-year-old chasing somebody with a gun. Are you allowed to kill him or not? Says Ravuna, you're permitted. Why? And he comes up with a chiddush. Like we thought coming into the sugi before we knew anything, we probably all thought that you don't have to warn a roidef, a guy that's about to kill you. He comes into your house. You're going to start putting up signs. Hey, I'm about to kill you. You shouldn't do it. It's also what you're doing. He's about to kill you. You kill him. It's better not to talk too much. No. So since you don't have to give asra, then you could kill a katan. But what if you had to give asra? You wouldn't be able to give it to a katan. Why? He doesn't understand what you're talking to. You're going to start explaining to him halachas. He doesn't understand. There is no asra by katan. So the only way you'd be able to kill a katan is if you hold that you don't have to give him asra. So obviously, Rav Huna holds that you don't have to give him asra. So we're going to have a few questions on this, whether or not you have to give asra, and then we have a new Mishnah on Gimel Amud Aleph, where we're supposed to be starting this year from. A woman is giving birth. Once the head is out, then the kid is considered alive, born. And now there's a fight between, somebody's going to die over here, either the child or the mother. You don't touch him. It's 2 live people. But let's say the baby wasn't born yet, his head wasn't born yet. Then who do you kill? You kill the baby. Why? Because the baby's a roidef. Now, the reason is, well, I shouldn't say the baby's a roidef. Rashi says over here something super interesting. I think it would be, I was thinking about Ben Shapiro. I wonder if he knows this Rashi. Somebody should show him this Rashi. So Rashi says, because he's a big, I heard him fight about this a lot. He might be right anyway, but I'm just saying, I wonder if he knows this Rashi. Rashi says all the way at the end, Lav nefeshu. He's not a nefesh. If his head didn't come, he's not a nefesh. You have a nefesh versus a non-nefesh. I'm not saying chas v'shalom that you're allowed to kill a fetus, but Rashi calls him a non-nefesh. Now it could be what Rashi means is that if you have 2 human beings up against each other, 2 things up against each other, one is a woman, a live woman, and one is a uber, so compared to the mother, he's not a nefesh. There's definitely an isser to kill him. There's no shaila. And there's a little bit of ritzicha, how much, whatever. But to go as far as saying, I don't think Rashi would admit that, it's a 100% full-fledged human being, like I heard some people say. The Rambam says that he's considered a roidef. He sticks in it. Maybe Rashi agrees to that also. Maybe they're saying the same thing. But Rashi sticks in, I just thought it's fascinating. Lav nefesh, A Uber is not a nefesh. Okay, keep that in your bank. What?
All the places can speak about making
Let's talk about this. This Rashi. Okay, great. It's a famous Rashi. Ask the Gemara, V'amai roidefu. So certainly he knows. Ben certainly knows. V'amai roidefu. I don't understand. He's a roidef. You have a small child that is trying to kill his mother. Kill him. So what if he was born? So you see from here that you can't kill him. Why? Because he's a katan. He's a minor, and you can't kill a minor. Not like Refuah. No, says the Gemara, Nusvara. Shani Hasam de Mishmai Karat V'lei. The child is not trying to kill the mother. The child doesn't know what he's doing, b'chlal. It's a natural occurrence that's happening during childbirth that the child is involved in. So maybe that's why you can't kill him. It's not that the baby is trying to kill. Okay. Maybe I could prove Rav Huna's logic here that what? That you could kill somebody, you could kill a roidev, that's somebody that's coming after you, you don't have to give asra. There was a guy chasing another person to kill him. Oimer, oimrim, it says on the side over here. Oimer, oimrim. The Eidim. Who's talking? The Eidim scream out to the guy, or one of them. Maybe that's what it means. One, you don't need two, but one guy screams out. Oimer loy. Reish Yisrael ben brisu. You should know the guy you're about to kill is a Yisrael. And not only is he Yisrael, he's not a mumar. This is a Yisrael that's a mumar. A guy that completely denies everything, and maybe I don't have to be so worried about him. You should know, no. He's a Mishaluni, but if not Stam, he's a Mamish, Oivid Hashem. If you try to kill somebody, you could prevent that killing by killing somebody else. I could save that guy's life with your blood. Says the Gemara, that's not a great raya. I hear Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehudi. That what? You don't need asra. And if you don't need asra, you don't need anybody to say yes, no. What was the raya? I missed the point here. They scream to the guy and they say, hey, he's Jewish. And what did the guy answer back? It doesn't say what he answered back. That means he didn't say anything. When it comes to asra, if you really need asra, you need an acknowledgement. Somebody's going to say, yes, I know the halach, and I don't care, I'm mad at him, you know what he did to me, and he shoots him. There's no answer here. Obviously, there's no asra. Says the Gemara, you don't need asra. The asra is for a different reason, therefore you don't need an answer. I hear Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehudi, the sign Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehudi, a Talmid Chacham doesn't need a warning. There's a machlokes. What is asra? Is it exeris hakasif? No matter what, no matter when, you always have to tell a person the gadol hadar is about to do avodah zarah. You have to say gadol hadar. It's also to do avodah zarah. And if you don't say that, you don't kill him. The gadol hadar knows about avodah zarah a lot more than you do. No, exeris hakasif. You have to say no. Rabbi Yosef Yehuda says no. The reason why you give asra is because we're concerned the guy's amaritz. He doesn't know Hilchas Shabbos. He doesn't know anything about anything. Toshma. Unbelievable. I saw this morning, somebody sent me a clip, this morning of Shai Graucher with one of the hostages. It was moving, that in captivity, this guy doesn't know anything. He lives in the kibbutz. The amount that he knew was, he knew Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, Baruch Shem Kivei Malchus Le'olam Va'ed, and after each one he says Amen to himself. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, Amen. Baruch Shem Amen. And he was watching TV, and he heard, and I guess they let him watch his. Somebody said him ben Zionist. He said there's a great restaurant in Tel Aviv. So he kept on repeating to himself in the tunnel. When he wanted to connect, he said, I want to connect to Hashem. He said, Shema, I want to connect to Abba. He didn't say Hashem. I want to connect to. I said Shema. And the first thing he said when he came out of the tunnel, he says, what do you want to do? He said, I want to make Kiddush. I want to make Kiddush. You make Kiddush. But I'm saying there's a lot of people in Eretz Yisrael. You wouldn't believe it. He doesn't know what Mezainis is. He never heard. He didn't know how to make the bracha Mezainis until he heard it on TV, and then he started saying it. But that was it. Those are the psukim he knew. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu and Baruch Shem Kivei Malchus Le'olam Va'ed. Okay. So, Mamash today in the morning, somebody sent it to me. I think it's on Yeshiva World News or something. Roidev Shoyer, Roidev Achachaver Lahargoy. Omer Reish Yisrael Hu Uben Brisu. V'Torah Amra. Oh, no, so did I finish off the thought? So Mela, since you don't have to, you just have to tell him to make sure that that he knows. Not to get an acknowledgement. You don't have to hear from him, yes, I know. No. I just need to know that you know it's awesome. Shalom. Toshma Rodiv Shoyo Acher Chaver Largoy. One guy was trying to kill the other. We had this. It's just repeating what we said before. He says to him, Reish Yisrael who ben Brisu, you should know that you're about to kill a Jew. You're right if I can kill you. Oh, so over here he does answer. And what is his answer? I know. Potter. He's Potter. I'm an asking any Yosef. But if he says specifically, I'm doing this because I want to, he's giving up his blood. He's saying, I don't care. Kill me. Chayav. So over here you see Mefurish against Reb Huna. What do you see? That you need Hasra. You do need to warn him. And in fact, he answers you. Yes, I know. This case is talking about that they're on two sides of the river. In other words, B'derech Klal, you don't need Hasra. You don't need Hasra. You could go and save the guy's life by killing the killer. You see a guy with a gun chasing somebody else, you kill him. No Hasra, nothing. So over here, we're talking about there's a river in between them. And you're not going to be able to save anything. The murder is going to happen. So why are you doing Asra? You can't save him. So why is he doing it? He wants to get him later. When the cops catch him, he wants to bring him to Bezdin and kill him. And for that, you need Asra. But when it's you, yourself, and a murderer about to kill somebody, no Asra. What do you mean Asra? You're going to start pulling out Shulchan Aruchs and warning, you kill the guy. Shalom Yisrael. Another pshat is Amar Loch Rav Huna. I know the Amri Ketara de Machteres. I, who hold you don't need Hasra when it comes to Roidev. Domar Machtarti Zu Hasra says, we learned yesterday, the digger, that's his Hasra. You don't need Hasra when it comes to Roidev. Says the Eli Gimish Daf Ein Gimel Amud Aleph. Did I make a bracha? I don't think. Did I make one? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. These are the people that you save them with their own life. And Rashi says something interesting. Other Rishonim argue. He says, Kilu, we're trying to save this guy from himself. He's about to do something terrible. Let me save him so he doesn't ruin his whole olam haba. However, Rashi admits, obviously, that there must be another person involved there. I'm not trying to save somebody from himself when he's doing Avodah Zarah, when he's trying to do an Aveira between him and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's when there's another human involved, then I get involved. A murderer. He's about to murder somebody, you could take his life. And he's chasing another Zachar. Now, I don't want to be too controversial, but I do want to bring this up. I think it's important. There's three options. If you see, you know of another human being, a Rebbe in a Cheder, somebody in the shul, that does terrible things to boys, are you permitted to go to the police before you go to Bezdin? Are you permitted? Is it osur? Or are you mechuyev? Mechuyev. So I want to show you this. I think it's important to see this. I had to cut it a little bit because it was a little too specific. But over here, Reb Chaim Kanievsky tells I guess it was a hidden video maybe. He tells Reb Chaim Kanievsky says, I don't understand your question. And here, this is where we are. And he says it in Yiddish. So basically, I'll say the words before so you understand what he's saying in Yiddish. Basically, he's saying, mistama, because you're saving another person. You're saving another human being that he's going to do it to afterwards.
What's the shaila?
What's the shaila?
11 jaar. Een prostermensch.
With the kid, a prostitute guy with the kid. They want to go to the police. Matzela andere. He's saving another person.
Okay, darf nicht gehen zum Lesen, zum Schumder. They said, do
I have to go to Bezin first? Memeg. You go to Mr. And then just a letter here from Rav Cohn. He says you're allowed it to save another person. You're saving another person. And then he says, Ein Safek Etzli. This time, one of many that I saw. Ein Safek Etzli shemish makim esir l'mishtara hareyo over l'isam l'dam reacha v'soif elitin esadin. If you try to prevent somebody from going to the police. Okay. Zog the Gemara, it says the Mishnah, it says Hillel, it's not a machlokes. I think it is a machlokes. I think there are people that are on the other side of that. That's why I brought it up. So somebody's chasing a woman, a girl, a young girl who's engaged, who's never married to this guy, but engaged, said 1,000 times, we'll say it again, means that in the time of the Gemara, she's a Eshes Ish because they gave Kesef Kiddushin, but she was never with her husband, then you could kill the person. A person who wants to have relations with an animal, Shabbos, or to be Mechal Shabbos, or to do Avodah Zarah, you do not kill them, says the Tana of the Mishnah. Well, you're going to see in the Gemara, Rav Shimon Bar Yochai argues on one of them, and Rav Shimon Bar Yochai's son argues on the other. How do you know if somebody's chasing somebody else, you're allowed to save him by killing, you save the victim by killing the murderer? Super interesting. It says you should not stand there when you see your friend's blood spilling. In America, if you witness, I don't know how it is in South Africa, in London, I'm saying in America, if you witness somebody that's about to kill somebody else and you walk away, you walked away, nothing happened. You mind your own business, you let them mind your own business. Each person takes care of themselves. Because of this pasuk, the Israeli court system put in, they brought this pasuk. They said, we are brothers, and if you walk away without saving this person, 2 years in jail. There's a law here in Eretz Israel. I don't know.
Anyone with a pistol license.
Yeah.
Someone knocks someone on a car accident, goes away, that's when it kicks in.
That's when it kicks in? Only in that case? You mean a hit and run? A hit and run. Okay, that's because he's the murderer. I'm saying no, there's somebody else there, and you could take out your gun and save them. He's saying no, even in other stuff. Says Gemara, this possibly I need it for something else. How can I use it to tell me that I'm allowed to kill a potential murderer? It's come for that. I need it for something else. We're getting to something shmaka stuff. If you see your friend drowning in a river, or you see your friend being dragged by a lion, or you listen by Malav, or the robbers are coming to attack. This all could potentially happen in South Africa, but not in Tanzania. You're mechuyev to save him. By the way, I'm taking out stories and jokes because we don't have a lot of time. The good ones. What? They're not that great. Okay, fine. So we need a pasuk to tell me that if you see somebody drowning, you don't keep on walking. And anybody that lived in New York, guaranteed you saw this thing. I was walking down Ocean Parkway and I see a bunch of Russians playing chess on these stone tables that have a chess set built into them, the board, and they're playing. So I stopped and I started watching. All of a sudden, one of the guys watching just falls backwards, hits his head on the concrete, and is out cold. It looked like he was dead. So I'm like, garnished. They're playing. They continue. Nothing. They look. They continue playing. So I'm stuck there with a guy that's dying. So I didn't know what to do. It's on Shabbos. I jump in the middle of Ocean Parkway. I start waving down cars. They think I'm a Meshuggah. They start driving around me, until finally, what do you want? Get out of the street. I said, this guy's dying. You have a phone, call down. So the ambulance comes. The ambulance comes. Nobody's moving. They start working on the guy. I was on the train a number of times. I saw guys have heart attacks. I asked Shamshi, he was there last night. I said, he said, I saw it on the train with my own eyes. People, you drop, people just walk around. You go, as I is. You need a pasuk for that. You need a pasuk to tell people. You saw it?
So if a person die in the train, nobody cares.
Let him. Yeah. Not only that, so I said another Maisa. I think I said it. When I was doing catering, so I brought one of my guys from, I was still doing catering and real estate. So I brought he still works for me actually. He's a manager of property. She goes by the book, everything. So he comes to the chasana, and one of the yeshiva bachrim dancing, he slipped and broke his wrist. So I run to the kitchen, and I bring like a bag of ice before no, Eli, it's Eli, you're not allowed to touch him. You call 911. You don't get involved. He could sue you with this. I'm like, give him ice. No, move out of the way. This is not how it's done here by these chasana. This is a Haimish chasana. They have different rules. Why 911? The guy's dying. Give him CPR. No, 911. Fine. You still have trauma from that. You like the picture. So okay, so back to the square one. How do we know they're allowed to kill a potential murderer I'm going to use logic. What did the guy try? What is he doing? He's not killing her, but he's causing a busha, he's causing zilzal, he creates a blemish in this woman. You're allowed to kill a guy to prevent this from happening. But if a guy is coming to kill somebody, take his life, makes a lot of sense to me. As Taisus is a bomb question. If you're going to compare the two, take Naira and Marasa. If I just ask you anything, what's worse, Naira and Marasa or Ritzeach? You would say Ritzeach. But let's think about it for a second. What's the death penalty of Ritzeach? Sayif. What's the death penalty of Naira and Marasa? Skila. What's worse? Skila. So what's worse to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Naira and Marasa. How can you make a kavachayim like that? Says Taisves, to explain the pshat, that over here, we're not concerned about what's a more chomer. All we're talking about is what's a bigger begam. Because a guy does Avodah Zarah, no, it makes a lot of sense, I'll explain to you. A guy does Avodah Zarah, there's nothing worse than that. It's the worst in the worst, the biggest Aveir in the world. I can't save him, I can't kill him. Elamai, I'm killing this person because he's doing a begam to somebody else. In terms of begam, what's worse? The begam of not being a psula, or the begam of dying? That's a much bigger begam in terms of begam. We care about begam now, not about the chomer of the Isser, because there's nothing greater than Avodah Zarah and Shabbos and whatever. Says the Gemara. As the Gemara, what? I could kill somebody based on your logic? Says the Gemara, no, it's not logic. The Bay Rebbe Tana Hakeshahu. I have a hekesh. It says the word ritzachai. When it's talking about a Naira Ras, it talks about murder. So you would think, anybody reading the pasuk would think, I'm trying to learn something from a murderer. Yeah, why would Hashem stick in the word murder when I'm talking about a Naira Marasa? I need to learn something from it. No. The opposite. A murderer is going to learn from the Naira Marasa. So the lashon of the Gemara is like this. What do we learn from a murder? We didn't learn anything. You would think that it's coming to learn from v'nimtza lamed. Actually, it's learning from Naira Marasa. That what? Makish ritzech Naira Marasa. We do a hekesh. Ma Naira Marasa nitan latzilo benafshoy. Avritzeach nitan latzilo benafshoy. Just like in Naira Marasa, it says mufurish in the pasuk, you're allowed to kill him. Well, yeah. So too, I learn from here. You ask me how you know that you're allowed to kill a potential murderer. You learn from Naira Marasa. Says Rashi real quickly that a hekesh is much more powerful than kavachomer. A hekesh is something that was given at Har Sinai, and therefore it's not something that you could ask questions on. So, well, you could, but in a different way. Says Tosfos over here, a very important Tosfos. It's an amazing Tosfos. I think it's important to know this Tosfos. We learned the different pasuk of Shelaima. Doesn't shus. Bashmin kra. Deilin dom. Avlahach kamashvalon. The chayva lahatzil. The chayva lahatzil says Tosfos. I think it's very, very important. We should never have that situation. But you're not permitted to walk away. Just like we have a chiyuv to keep Shabbos, we have a chiyuv to jump on a murderer. If you see somebody beating somebody else up, you can't be a nice guy. Hey, don't get involved. Mechuyev, chayva lahatzil.
What about for yourself? Might be I think to kill the guy.
No, that's something else. You have a bikuach nefesh. But if you have a gun, you have a weapon, and there's people in this room that have weapons, and you have a weapon, and you see another Jew to Jew, fighting to the point that one could kill the other, you take your gun out and you kill that other guy. He's a roidev, and if you don't, you're over on this pasuk. And how do we know Naira Rasa? The Torah baby Shmuel. Ve'ein Moshe Allah. It says in the pasuk, and nobody's coming to help her. But if somebody's coming to help, even a gun to the head, you're allowed to do gufa. So how do you know that if somebody is drowning in the river, you must save him? So one of the Rashivas came to Chazon Ish and said, I have a major problem with one of my bachurim. I need to throw him out of the yeshiva. So Chazon Ish says, listen, I have a much better eitzah that really works. What you should do is try to build a relationship with him. Go to Tel Aviv and talk to him and walk with him next to the water, make yishmak, and then suddenly grab him and put him in the water and drown him and kill him. You want to throw somebody out of yeshiva? You're murdering him. You might as well just drown him in the river. Might as well just kill him. Yeah, Dov, you got it. You didn't know where this is going. That was the end of the conversation. Chazon just told him, what are you coming to me to ask me to throw him out of the, just take him to Tel Aviv and drown him in the thing.
Where was he when I was in school?
He was there before. The Chazon Ish was nifter before you were born.
My loss.
Yeah. Listen, boy, my love. How do you know you have to save the guy? You're not permitted to stand there and not help out. As the Gemara, I have a different pasuk. You find a bike, you have to return it. So how do you know you have to return somebody's soul? Here, pasuk. Check out the pasuk. It says in pasuk Aleph. So why doesn't pasuk Beis say Vashavai Salai? It already says, give it back. It must not be talking about a bike. It must be talking about his life. Excuse me. If I learn from there, okay, whatever I can do with my own bare hands, I jump in. If I know how to swim, I jump in and I save him. If I don't know how to swim, I'm not mechuyev to call up a professional to come. I'm not mechuyev to call up the helicopter service, which costs a lot of money. But to go, be matriach, and hire somebody and pay for it, I would say no. Kamash malon. Rabbi Isai, when I learned this, I was super excited. I said, I can make a kavachomer to MDY and to learning Torah. If I know a guy in shul who's drowning, Pasha drowning, and how many people, I'm serious, I don't get out a lot. But this week I got a haircut and I saw 2 people that kind of admitted to me they don't learn much. They come to this shir. Maybe I'm a chuyev to pay them. Not maybe. I am a chuyev to pay them. I'm a chuyev to take money out of my pocket. And when I see somebody that's drowning in ruchnius, I'm a chuyev to pay money. So that was my thing. And later on, last night, an hour before shir, I found 2 things to corroborate this. A guy asked a shayla. He saw a bacher that was going off the derech, and he went and he paid the guy money. He made incentives. He says, if you do this, I'll do that, and I'll give you, and I'll buy you, and I'll this. Just put on tefillin. If you put on tefillin 20 days in a row, I'll do this. If you learn the... Okay, and the guy actually came back. The do-gooder goes to the guy's father and says, listen, it cost me $1,000, but Lamaisi, your son's back on the derech, pay up. So they went to Merajdam. Merajdam said he's not mechuyev to pay you a cent. It's your chiyuv to take out of your pocket and save that boy. You hear that? Merajdam. A big gadol from a long time ago. Merajdam? Yeah, Merajdam. And the Chavetz Chaim, also says that he brings this kavachomer from this Gemara. He says if you're mechuyev to spend money to save people from a river, so you're mechuyev to spend money to bring good darshanim to speak in your shul. So it's already brought down. Mechuyev to spend money, and if it's free to put it on your status and bring people in, kavachomer. I'm not joking around there. Now look at this beautiful piece of art Yoshi did. I love this. Check this out. This guy is drowning. He's watching sports. He's kicker shabbosing. He's all this stuff. Nice all day. So look what you do. You got to save him. Bring a boat. You save him with a Gemara. You give him a free Gemara. There's the drowning of the Gashmias and there's the drowning of the Ruchnias. Zog the Gemara. Yeah, that's right. Fishel should have been the guy. Oh, that would have been a nice... Fishel should have been on that boat. Maybe we'll change it for him. Peretz Chaim Levin. Peretz Chaim Levin should have been on the boat. We messed up. We messed up.
They have a boat. Fishel's the captain. He's the first mate.
Fishel's the captain, and he's leaning over, giving the Gemara. Fishel pays for the Gemara. Peretz Chaim Levin gives the Gemara. It's a big difference. You also pay. All of them? That's a lot of money. That's 2,000 Gemaras, my friend. I know you pay. No, is that a big chiddush for the Olam? Time out. I want to stand on this one. Did you know this? That you have to pay money to get somebody to learn Torah? I didn't know that.
Why do you think I'm here?
Wow. What, somebody's paying you? Somebody's paying you? Mendy pays you. Wow, Mendy. There's other people I would rather you pay. Says the Gemara, yeah, we said it. The three things we said in the Mishnah. Oh, but here the Gemara adds something that's not in the Mishnah. That if somebody chases, v'achar chayve misas bezdin, you do an arayis that you chayiv misas bezdin, or v'achar chayiv krisis, you run after arayis like a sister, you chayiv krisis. Matzil roisa b'nafshoy, you let it kill him. Chiddush. You see a guy chasing after Eish Sish, pull out the gun, poof, kill him. But if it's a lav, like it's crazy to even, I can't picture this. The Kohen Gadol, the greatest human in there, is chasing an almana. Okay, whatever. It's it never happened, but you don't kill him. Why? Gemara is going to explain. It's not that kind of a gam that you kill somebody. What if this woman already went through this situation before, even ba'inus, ein matzil nois b'nafshoy. Now again, it's not the greatest gam for her. She already had the gam before. Yesh lamishia, if you could kill him another way, ein matzil nois b'nafshoy. I got to show you this video because I love this video. I know you saw it, but it's kedai to see this at least once a day. There's a guy coming in to rob a store. Yeah, you know it because it's one of my favorites. He comes to rob a store, he sees Matzel, but he didn't kill him, Matzel, but listen to what he says as he runs out. Look at that, right? He shoot my arm off. Okay. Yesh Mashiach, there's another one. They almost left without him. It's murder. It's good to watch 3 or 4 times. You know, they say that it might have been because he parked in the handicapped spot. That's why. You have a ton of time. Okay. Hashem Saifa. Okay. Oh, you're showing it again. Now, this is a big chiddush. A woman says, don't kill him, because I'm scared he's going to kill me. It's a funny lashon. Like she's talking in third person. I'm scared. Don't kill him because I'm scared. You're not allowed to kill him. How do we know? If you pay attention, everything is double here. Don't do anything to the girl. You don't do anything to the girl. So it's double. So therefore we take every word here and we could learn something from it. So it's a beautiful thing here. I got to do this quick. How much time do we have today?
It's 8:10. 0.
No. What time did we start? We started after 8:30. 7:31. Okay. So he said 45 minutes. So that's okay. So these are the psukim. Rabbi say this is very important to pay attention in the Torah. And if you look in the side of your Gemara, it says nara without a hey. It says nar. Without nekudas, it says a boy. To the boy, don't do anything. Obviously, you have to stick in a comments and a hey. A comments, and we read it as if there's a hay there. So now you take these 2 psukim, and you go like this. It's very geschmack. Jonathan, you appreciate the button situation? It's not so pashut. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. These are the words that we're going to learn from. Nar, chet, and mavis. From the word nara, we learn zachar. Nara Marasa. These are the things in the Mishnah that you're allowed to kill somebody chasing a Zachar, Nara Marasa, and all Chayve Krisis, and all Chayve Mises Bezdin. Nara is a Zachar, Nara. The way we read it. It doesn't say hey, but the way we read it is Nara, Zu Nara Marasa. Chet, Elu Chayve Krisis, Mavis, Elu Chayve Mises Bezdin. Just say one. All these in the Torah you can kill for. So check this out. He did wonderful here. Now it goes up. Now we okay. A zachar, it's really degrading. It really degrades a person. So maybe such a case you're allowed to kill for. It's not the normal way of doing things. Aval nara durche. It is the normal way. Emaloi, so it's not as degrading. So maybe you don't kill a guy because of that. Because of Rachman and Nara, Mishum Dekol Pogimla. Here, the Nara Amarosa has a tremendous gam. She's engaged. She's never with her husband. Who knows? Maybe her husband's not going to want her now. It's a tremendous gam. Avanar, the loika pogimle, physically speaking, mentally. I should have mentioned before when I asked the thing and I showed the thing of Reb Chaim Kanievsky. I just want to mention. It's not fathomable, but just in case somebody doesn't know this, the damage that causes to a child, when a Rebbe with a child, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. But the future damage, because I know firsthand, people have told me, it has ruined their lives. After thousands of hours of therapy, they're still damaged. They still have issues in their shalom bayis and with their wives and with their this and their thoughts and this. So before somebody goes ahead and does such an avera, they should think 1,000 times, not about the avera, about what they caused to that child. But anyways, the Gemara over here says, I'm just thinking because the Gemara says, it doesn't have a b'gam, but meaning in a different sense. Because of Rachmana, Hani, Mishum Dahai Lav Urchehu. Vakapagim La. Oh. Now, if you say these two, this one has Lav Urche, this has a but let's take these two together. Chayve Krisos, let's say, Stam Eshesish, not Stam, Eshesish, it's the norm, and there's not a lot of Gam because she's already married before. Vakapagim La. Mishum Dahai Lav Urchehu, Vakapagim La. Avashara rise dur chayu. That's the norm. There's not a lot of begam. Maybe you shouldn't kill the guy. Because Rachmana chet. And if it would just say chet, I would think chayvi lavim. No guy like a Cohn gadol with an almana. Because Rachmana mavis. No, it has to be a death penalty. Because Rachmana mavis, havamina chayvi mises bezanin chayvi krisis light. If I'd only say one, I would say okay. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense logically. Somebody that Bezin is going to kill physically, kill him now beforehand. But somebody that Hashem is promising I'm going to kill, no, maybe you shouldn't kill him physically. Because Rachmana chet, that even a chayvi krisis you kill. Says the Gemara, look at Rachmana chet mavis. V'loi boy nara. Here, the Gevaldik, look at this. If it just said chet mavis, I would know everything from it. Mavis. What's mavis? Zachar, nara, chayvi mises Bezin, and chayvi krisis from chet. Why do I need the word nar and nara? And Nechama, I don't need it. What do I do with it? Check this out. I'm learning two new things. It's a miut. That if somebody wants to do avodah zarah, don't kill him. If somebody wants to be with a behema or on Shabbos, be mechal Shabbos, you don't kill him. Rashi points out you're not learning two things from that word. It's two things. It's not fair. Avodah zarah includes Shabbos. The word Shabbos is just extra here. Avodah zarah and Shabbos is the same idea. You're denying the Rebbeinu Shalom. Well, Reb Shimon ben Yochai Omar over the Zara Nitan Tzibur Nafshay Lamali. But according to Reb Shimon ben Yochai, Rashbi, if somebody's about to do Avodah Zarah, shoot him dead, if you could, and get away with it if you're in a country like that or whatever it is. So why do you need the word nar? Oh, since Avodah Zarah and Shabbos is the same, so you got rid of Avodah Zarah, good. But now, so put instead of Avodah Zarah, put in Shabbos. Here, Behem and Shabbos. So the Amino takes the Shabbos from Chilul Avodah Zarah. Check this out. This is a very nice chart, actually, very cool. I would think, according to Reb Shimon ben Yochai, if somebody's about to do Avodah Zarah, what do? You shoot him. Get rid of him. So I would think you should do the same thing for Shabbos, because they have the same word, T'chal and Mechalel. Commercial, no. Well, Rebbe Lazar, Reb Shimon, now you go down a generation. Rashbi's son, Rebbe Lazar. He holds that if somebody wants to be Mechal Shabbos, people put aside guns to shoot. It'll be nerve. Okay, you let us shoot somebody who's about to get into his car and drive away on Shabbos. Car, other things. You have to be done. Where's he going? Why? Tinik shenishba v'chulu v'chulu. But you're allowed to kill him. That's Shabbos v'chilu v'chilu v'avodah zarah, because he actually learns this drasha that we just showed with the gun thing. Michael Meimar, why do you need the word nar? Chad miot lemuti behema v'idach aidi because of one nar because of nami nara. Okay, enochanami. One is a behema, and one is. Nar and nara is the same word. You don't really learn. It's just one over the other. Where are we? Sponsors. Turning the daf. Shvat. Kinnovations yahrzeits. The last one in honor of Elchanan Pressman officials. Schos. Vakiv Simcha ben Fego. Shilach 4. Refuah Bas Yafachayo. And thank you to Rebbe Stefansky. Adar Global. He's enjoying himself in Athens. I have a picture of him learning on the plane. We'll show it a different time. Experts in international financial services. Anonymous. L'schos. Refuah Satino. Yecheskel Yedidya ben Nechama Sheindel. Refuah Shlema. We have a the machlekes is like this. We have a woman who's very concerned about her status and her begam, but she's scared that he might kill her, so she says, okay, keep on going. Rabbanan Savri, apigma kabar rachmana, you can kill this guy. Why? Because the most important point here is her begam. Now you understand it better? No, begam is what we care about. And you see that she cares about that, but she doesn't want to lose her life. Mishum de basar nafsh l'gdala. It's a sort of like a roidif. She will be willing to give up her life to die. But this woman who says specifically, don't kill him because he might kill me, that means she's not willing to give up her life. Tremendous story about the Kuzakim. There was a woman who a Cossack was about to do an Avera with her, and she said, if I teach you a Jewish trick, which is, we in Judaism have a thing, I could say a verse from the Bible, and you won't be able to kill me. If I teach it to you, will you not do the Avera? And he said, yes. He said, okay, so this is what you do. Take your sword and put it by my heart, and I'm going to say the verse, you'll see you won't be able to kill me. So she said, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. He said, and he killed her. Because there are women, that's noise, that will be magged, even though she doesn't have to, but she'd give up her life. This woman proved that it's not like that. I'm just going to go to the two dots and we're done. Why don't we kill the Kohen Gadol? He's committing a pgam over here. The kids are halalim, etc. This is when you're talking about Eshes Ish, she becomes a zayna. What else happens? Her children become mamzerim. The pgam is too much. Such a person you kill. A pig mazuta, but a small pgam, like a Kohen Gadol with an almana, like Abba Rachmani, don't kill somebody for that. Rabbi Isaac, thank you for coming. Have a wonderful day.